sorts of very interesting farming practices that can build up the health of soils and reduce that need for artificial fertilizers. And so if our farming industry wants to remain cost competitive, one of the smartest things it could do would be to take out the cost of fertilizer as quickly and as effectively as it can. I'd also have a further reservation. It's all very well for Don Elder at Solid Energy to talk about this and Ravensdown as well, as insulating New Zealand farmers from imported prices. But you know exactly that the price of this urea is going to be priced at exactly at the international price minus the cost of transport, because that always happens with fertilizer. It always just follows those cycles, because they will be wanting to maximise the financial benefit of that. And on top of that, I just think you need to have a look at this very, very carefully, both in economic and the overall environmental impact as well. So it's an interesting idea, but it's a very problematic one.
A lot of discussion to be had yet. Now it's time for praise, you beauty, or abolishing. Self-explanatory. Rod, you're first up. Abolishing.
Yes, for Phil Heatley, the Minister of Fisheries, for raising the total allowable catch on 9 species of fish and reducing them only slightly on 2, but most egregiously raising the hoki catch by 20,000 tonnes a year to 110,000, just at the same time that a large supermarket chain in the UK and a large fast food chain in the US has taken hoki off the menu and off the shelves because it says it's not sustainable. So he's just using a little uptick in fish stocks to justify that increase, and you'd need to see a longer term trend there with hoki before you made such a big increase in sustainability.
So this could have repercussions for New Zealand fisheries management and our image worldwide?
3 weeks ago, the New York Times had a very extensive article about this issue, fingering New Zealand very particularly. There was a nice map of New Zealand showing where we catch hoki, and I'd have thought that would have gone down kind of like the crayfish will overseas. It's the fisheries equivalent.
Yes. Now, Bernard, coming back to the crayfish, I believe you have a you beauty.
This is for a very brave farmer who decided to hand over a tape to us of the calves starving at crayfish farms near Bennydale. This farmer potentially faces physical attack because of this. When we visited this farm, we were assaulted by the farm manager there at the time, and this farmer potentially risks being ostracised by their community. I can think of nothing braver than to risk the ire of your own community to blow the whistle on the likes of the crayfish.
Well, I have half and half, you beauty and abolishing. Silver Fern Farms, are they going to get there with their capital raising?
Well, they're going to struggle, I think, because if you look at how much money is being pulled out of the rural sector by Pinegould Corporation, we've got Silver Fern Farms plus Fonterra plus South Canterbury Finance, they may struggle, particularly because many of the farmers will have to go to their banks. But maybe not.
What do you think, Rob?
Half and half. I endorse what Silver Fern Farms are trying to do. Absolutely right to try to raise more equity, but timing's everything. So abolishing for not moving fast enough and trying to get in before everybody else. It will be tough for them.
And what do you think the eventual outcome will be in terms of the amount of money they're likely to raise and what they're able to do with that? Will it curtail their plans considerably?
I'm just not sure what the outcome is going to be, but I'd be pretty sure it's going to be less than they were hoping, and therefore that is going to be a constraint unless markets continue to improve for them, and so they're getting some cash flow benefit coming through.
We'll watch that with interest. Thank you very much. My guests have been Rod Oram, economic commentator, Bernard Hickey from www.interest.co.nz. That's all we have time for from Straight Talk this week. Please email in your comments. Go to www.thecountrychannel.co.nz and we'll see you next week.